You can always tell when it's campaign season in Stafford because each of you will list education as a top priority. Unfortunately, for most of you, those are just promises. I wonder how supportive you would be of fully funding Stafford County Public Schools if you had to conduct business in the same manner our students are forced to learn. Maybe for your next working session, you could sit on the ground in the hallway because there isn't space for you in a classroom. Or maybe you hold these meetings in a trailer in the parking lot that doesn't have access to running water or restrooms. When tonight's meeting's over and you're ready to go home after a long day, you have to wait 30 minutes for a bus to pick you up. In the wintertime, you conduct meetings in the cold because the heating system is severely behind on maintenance. Stafford County Public School staff and students deserve way better than the funding you have been providing. You should be ashamed that the 19th wealthiest county in the U.S. makes their school system fight on a yearly basis for enough funding to keep the lights on. In the past 10 years, our population has grown, county tax revenue has increased, but the county's investment in education has decreased by more than 8%. This doesn't align with your strategic plan vision statement, which states, Stafford County is a flourishing committee that continues to achieve all that our residents and businesses have come to imagine. Do you think our teachers imagine teaching in overcrowded classrooms for an uncompetitive salary? Do you think our students imagine going to school and having to learn in a trailer because of overcrowding? Do you think our support staff imagine watching others get a raise but not receiving one themselves? Do you think any Stafford County Public School employee imagines continually having to do more with less? We cannot continue to run Stafford County Public Schools on fumes.
As an educator, it is difficult for me to convey how exhausting it is to stand up here year after year and beg to be valued. I struggle to remember more than twice in the last decade that this board has fully funded the school board request. This year, the school board requested an additional $15 million, and Mr. Vosberg recommended a county budget that increased school funding by $15 million, and we thank him for that. Y'all should have been able to hit the easy button on this one, so I can't for the life of me figure out why an option to fully fund the school board request wasn't even considered when you advertised the tax rate. It was an advertisement. The highest amount that you're looking at is still $2 million short of what we need, and it is the epitome of lip service when members of this board claim to prioritize education but make decisions that don't align with that value. What's more concerning to me is the level of pettiness and finger-pointing on both sides that we've seen between and within the school board and the Board of Supervisors this year. Y'all are supposed to represent us, but you are behaving like a couple in the middle of a contentious divorce who can't come to a support agreement, and the kids are inappropriately in the middle of this fight. And they are the ones who are going to suffer from the inability of adults to act accordingly and do what's best for them. The high road has way less traffic, y'all, and somebody needs to take it before the further damage is done.
Each one of you at one point in time has expressed that schools are a priority. By the number of people here today in support of our schools, you must see that it's a priority for your constituents as well. In a few weeks, you will have a chance to put your vote where your mouth is. As I said before, our county cannot continue to underfund itself. The county school board has done their job. Over the past 2 years, they have scraped as much from their budget as humanly possible. School staff are simply fed up with being underpaid, yet expected to do more with less year after year. Every budget season, the school board prepares briefings, charts, figures, and historical data for you guys. This year has been no different. Dr. Taylor has already told you in multiple meetings that should you not fully fund the schools at their requested $15 million budget, the only option they have left is to cut in the personnel department to include cutting much needed and more significant pay raises for our overworked staff. The county administrator told you and the public that 94 cents was the absolute lowest the county can set the combined rate and still provide funding for the schools. You chose not to advertise at that rate. You knowingly and willingly chose to cut much needed raises and effectively telling our school staff and system that it isn't the priority that you claim.
In closing, I want to speak directly to the Stafford County Public Schools staff. Thank you. Thank you for everything you do for our students. Thank you for continuing to show up even when you're asked to do more with less. Thank you for not giving up on us. I want you to know that everyone who is a part of this school district is amazing. Our kids are our future, and our staff is part of creating that future. Please fully fund Stafford County Public Schools.